Level 8, Lesson 1, Past Tense Review. We use the past simple tense to talk about events that happened one time in the past. For example, I went to Fiji on my honeymoon. Events that happened many times in the past. For example, I drank coffee every day last year. We also use the past simple tense to talk about things that existed or was true in the past. For example, dinosaurs existed millions of years ago. With key time markers like yesterday or last year. For example, yesterday I woke up late. The word order changes in questions. There is a word order for questions with to be and a word order for questions with action verbs. We use the past continuous tense to talk about describing the background in a story written in the past tense. For example, it was raining hard when the electricity went out. To describe an unfinished action that was interrupted by another event or action. For example, I was watching TV when the phone rang. We also use the past continuous tense to talk about indicating a change in plans. I was going to stay home to work this weekend, but I decided to go to the beach at the last minute because the weather was beautiful. Or to make a very polite request. I was wondering if you had a minute to talk about an upcoming project. We use the past perfect tense to talk about a time earlier than now, something that happened before another action or event in the past. Past simple and past perfect tenses are often used together to form one complete thought. Either event can be mentioned first because the tense makes it clear which one happened first and which one happened after. Past simple. Positive sentences in the past are formed similarly to the present. The verb changes based upon who the subject is. So, subject or subject pronoun plus simple past verb plus complement. A subject is a noun, so the person, a place, a thing, or an idea, or a pronoun I, you, he, she, it, we, or they. A verb is the action. To be is a verb. The complement is the rest of the sentence. For positive, I ate dinner early yesterday. They saved some cake from the party for us. She turned on the light. To make a sentence negative, add did not or didn't before the base form of the verb. The same is true for all subjects, i.e. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. So for negative, I didn't have time to watch the game. They didn't have time to watch the game. It didn't have time to watch the game. The simple past question form for other action verbs is the were question word plus did plus subject plus verb plus complement. So auxiliary, did. I see the sunset. It was beautiful. Did you see the sunset? It was beautiful. Did we see the sunset? It was beautiful. Past continuous. The past continuous form is subject or subject pronoun plus was or were plus verb plus ing plus complement. A subject, so the noun or a pronoun, plus to be or helping verb. So, I was cleaning the bathroom when you stopped by. They were cleaning the bathroom when you stopped by. She was cleaning the bathroom when you stopped by. To make a sentence negative, add not to the verb to be. So, I was not, with the contraction, I wasn't, planning far enough ahead. They were not, or they weren't, planning far enough ahead. It was not, or it wasn't, planning far enough ahead. To ask a question in the present continuous, change the order of the verb to be and the subject. So, was I speaking too loudly? Were you speaking too loudly? Was he speaking too loudly? Past perfect. The past perfect is formed by had plus past participle. A past participle is the form of a verb, often ending in ed. There were also several irregular participles such as go, gone, see, seen, be, been, have, had, eat, eaten, drink, drunk, etc. For positive, I had listened to the song before it became the theme of the movie. They had washed all the dishes before we ate dessert. He wanted to be a professional athlete before he had a life-changing accident. So to make the sentence negative, add not after had. I hadn't considered other options before I went into the military. They hadn't talked about having kids before they got married. It hadn't tried that flavour before today. To ask a question with the present perfect, change the order of had and the subject. Had you ever tried to change her opinion before last night? Had they answered the phone before we stopped by? Had she opened her presents before she celebrated her birthday? Some examples. We drove to the store. We were driving to the store when we realised we had forgotten to bring any money. We had already driven to the store when we realised we had forgotten to bring a credit card. I drank a cup of tea last night. I was drinking a cup of tea when the doorbell rang. I had drunk the tea before you arrived. I slept for 10 hours last night. I was sleeping when the earthquake hit. I hadn't slept so well since before we had kids. She ate breakfast early yesterday. She was eating breakfast as she drove to work. She had eaten her breakfast before the kids woke up. We went to Greece on vacation last year. We were heading to Greece on vacation when we had to land because of a weather emergency. We had never been out of the country until we went on vacation to Greece last year.